Hello everyone, I'm Ayotunde, and today we are going to learn how to create dependent drop-down list in Excel using a real-life example. This tutorial is designed to be simple, engaging, and practical. We will be walking through a scenario you might encounter in everyday work, managing client project assignments at a consulting firm. By the end of this tutorial, you will be able to create a dynamic assignment form just like this, where selecting a department automatically updates the available project types, deadlines, team leads, and client feedback. If you would like to follow along, I have included the workbook I'll be using in the description below. Feel free to download it and let's get started. Let's start by opening the workbook I've provided. In this workbook, I have already set up the departments and their corresponding project types. You'll see a sheet titled Project Data where this information is organized. The first column contains the departments and the adjacent columns contain the project types associated with each department. This setup is crucial because it tells Excel how to filter the options based on the department selected. To make our drop-down menus work dynamically in the client assignment sheet, we need to create what's called named ranges in Excel. A named range is simply a group of cells that you've given a name to, making it easier to reference those cells elsewhere in your workbook. Let's start by creating a name range for the marketing department project. So right here in the project data sheet, highlight the cells containing the marketing project by clicking and dragging your cursor over cells B2, B3, and B4. Go to the Formulas tab at the top of the Excel window, click on Define Name. A dialog box will appear. In the name field, type Marketing. Make sure this name matches the department exactly, as this is how Excel will link the drop-down later. Click OK. By doing this, we've created a named range called Marketing that includes all the project types related to that department. This allows Excel to easily pull up the correct list when marketing is selected in the drop-down. Now, let's repeat the same steps for the IT, Finance, Human Resources, and Operations department. For IT, highlight cells C2 to C4, go to the Formulas, define name, and give the range the name IT. Then click OK. For Finance, highlight cells D2 to D4, go to Formulas, define name, and name the range Finance, then click OK. For Human Resources, highlight cells E2 to E4, Formulas, define name, and name the range Human Resources. Click OK. For Operations, highlight cells F2 to F4, go to Formulas, define name, name the range Operations, exactly as we have it in our worksheet. Then click OK. We now have 5 named ranges. Each one corresponds to the project available under that department in the project data sheet. This step is essential because it sets up the dynamic connection between departments and their respective project types. Now that our data is organized and named in the project data sheet, it's time to create the first drop-down list in the client assignment sheet, where you will make a selection of the department. This drop-down will act as the parent in our dependent drop-down setup. Let's insert the department drop-down in cell A2 of our client assignment sheet. So select cell A2 where you want the department drop-down to appear. Go to the Data tab at the top of Excel. Click on Data Validation. This opens the Data Validation dialog box. In the Allow drop-down, select List. This tells Excel you want to create a drop-down list. In the Source field, type this formula. This references the department list in the project data sheet. Now click OK. When you click on cell A2 in the client assignment sheet, you will see a drop-down arrow. Click it and you should see the list of departments. This drop-down allows users to choose a department for the project. Next, we are going to create a dependent drop-down list in cell B2 of the client's assignment sheet. This drop-down will automatically adjust to show only the project types associated with the department selected in A2. Here is how to set up the dependent drop-down list for project types. Select cell B2 where you want the project type drop-down to appear. Go back to data validation. In the Allow drop-down, select List again. And in the source field, enter this formula. Let's break down this formula. The indirect function tells Excel to use the text in A2 as a reference. If marketing is selected, it will look for a named range called marketing. This part replaces any space in the text with underscores. It's especially useful if your named ranges includes underscores or if your department names have spaces. E.g., human resources would become this. This formula dynamically links the selected department in A2 to the corresponding named range in the project data sheet, pulling up the relevant project types. Now click OK. Let's test this out. If I select marketing in the first drop-down, the second drop-down now shows the project type for marketing, market research, branding, and advertising. If I switch to IT, the drop-down adjusts to show IT-related projects. And if I choose human resources, I see options like recruitment, training and development, and employee relations. In a real-world scenario, you might need this setup across multiple roles, especially if you're assigning multiple projects to different clients or teams. Here's how you can copy and apply this drop-down functionality to other roles in the client assignment sheet. Select cells A2 and B2, which contain your drop-downs. Drag the fill handle down. The fill handle is a small square at the bottom right corner of the selection. So drag it down to apply the drop-downs to additional rows. Now each row has its own drop-downs and they all work independently. Now that you have the basics down, let's address some common issues you might encounter and share a few advanced tips to make your drop-down list even more powerful. One common issue arises when your department or project names contain spaces. For example, in our workbook, we have a department called Human Resources. The space between these words can cause problems when creating named ranges or using the indirect function. Let's understand the issue. In Excel, when you create a named range for human resources, you typically replace the space with an underscore, naming the range this. However, if you use the indirect function without accounting for the space, Excel won't recognize the named range because it's looking for human resources without the underscore. To demonstrate this, we will use column D in the client assignment sheet to set up a temporary drop-down to illustrate the issue. So select cell D2, which is where you will create a new dependent drop-down for Human Resources Department. Go to the Data tab in the Excel ribbon and click on Data Validation. In the Data Validation dialog box, under Allow, select List. And in the Source field, enter this formula and click OK. Since cell A5 contains the text Human Resources, Excel will attempt to find a named range called Human Resources. But since the named range was created as Human Resources with an underscore, it won't recognize it and the drop-down will fail. It's not working. To fix this issue, we use the substitute function, which replaces spaces with underscores in your formula, making the text match the named range. So, still in the data validation dialog box for cell D2, modify the formula in the source field to this. This formula tells Excel to look at the text in A5, replace any spaces with underscores, and then match it to the corresponding named range human resources with an underscore in the project datasheet. So I will click OK to save the validation role. Now, with human resources selected in A5, the drop-down in D2 will correctly display the list of project types associated with human resources. Another tip to enhance usability is sorting your project types alphabetically. When your lists are alphabetized, it's much easier for users to find the options they need. Let's walk through the steps to have your data sorted in the project datasheet even after you've created your named ranges, to ensure that your drop-down lists are easy to navigate. But before we sort the data, it's important to understand how sorting will affect the named ranges we've already created. Excel dynamically adjusts the named ranges to include the correct cells, even after sorting, but the order in which items appear will change. Suppose you've created a named range for marketing that includes project types in cell B2 to B4. These project types might currently be in random order, but after sorting, the order within this named range will change. So highlight cells B2 to B4 that contain the project types for marketing. Go to the Data tab at the top of Excel and click on Sort A to Z. Excel will sort the project types alphabetically within that range, making it much easier for users to navigate. Let's verify that the named range still has the cells covered. So go to the Formula tab, click on Name Manager, select the marketing named range, and verify that it still correctly references the cells B2 to B4. Now in alphabetical order, it's doing just that. You can now close it. By sorting the list and verifying the named range, you ensure that the drop-down for marketing now displays options in alphabetical order. As your company grows, you might need to add new departments or project types. Instead of manually updating named ranges each time, you can set up your list to update automatically. Let's look at two ways to handle this in the project datasheet: updating named ranges manually and using Excel tables to automate the process. We will start with the first scenario, updating named ranges manually. Suppose you've added a new project type under the IT department. Let's say the new project type is cloud computing. Right here in the project datasheet, add cloud computing to the IT project list in column C. Go to the Formula tab and click on Name Manager. Find the named range IT and click Edit. Now, you're going to need to update the reference to include the new cell C5. So I will change this to 5 and click OK. By updating the named range, you've ensured that your drop-down menu now includes the new project type. The second scenario, which is using Excel tables for automatic updates. We will start by converting the data to an Excel table. Highlight the range of project types under IT. Go to the Insert tab and select Table. Ensure that My Table Has Headers is checked and click OK. Now, all you have to do is simply add a new project type to the next row of the table, e.g., add Data Analytics to cell C6. Excel automatically updates the named range linked to this table, so you don't need to manually update anything. This method is particularly useful for managing larger data sets or frequently changing lists. Now that we've set up the basic drop-downs in our client assignment sheet, Let's enhance this form by adding more dynamic fields. These fields will automatically adjust based on the department and project type selected. To achieve this, we will be using data from a separate sheet called Project Details. This sheet contains detailed information for each project type, including deadlines, team leads, and client feedback. By linking this data to the assignment form, we can make the form dynamic and responsive to user input. Let's start by adding a column for project deadlines. This will allow you to track when each project is due, helping you manage timelines effectively. We will ensure that these deadlines are dynamically linked to the selected department and project type. So right here in the client assignment sheet, next to your project type drop-down, type deadline in C1 to label the new column. I will have this format setting copied to the new column using the Paint tool. And in cell C2, I will enter this formula. This formula checks the selected project type in B2, looks it up in the project detail sheet using the VLOOKUP function, and returns the corresponding deadline. If you're not familiar with how the VLOOKUP function works, I covered it in detail in my last 2 videos. You can find the link to that video in the description below for easy access. Now let's copy this formula down. Use the fill handle to drag the formula down to apply it to the other rows in column C. Now, the deadline column dynamically adjusts based on the project type selected, helping you manage your project timelines effectively. Next, let's add another column for the team lead responsible for each project. This column will also be dynamically linked to the project type selected, ensuring the correct person is assigned. So in D1, I will type team lead to label the new column and also have this formatting copied. Just like we did for deadlines, we will now link the team leads for each project type using the project detail sheet. So in cell D2, I will paste this formula. This formula checks the selected project type in B2, looks it up in the project detail sheet using the VLOOKUP function, and returns the corresponding team lead. So again, let's use the fill handle to drag the formula down and apply it to the other rows in column D. Now, the team lead column dynamically assigns the correct team leader based on the project type selected, making it easier to manage project responsibilities. Finally, let's add a column for client feedback. This column will allow you to capture client input directly in your assignment form, making it a comprehensive tool for project management. So in E1, I will type client feedback to label the new column. Now, let's link the client feedback for each project type using the project detail sheet. So in cell C2, I will have this formula imputed. Again, this formula checks the selected project type in B2, looks it up in the project detail sheet using the VLOOKUP function, and returns the corresponding client feedback. With the client feedback column now dynamically linked to the project type, you can easily capture and view client input for each project, making your assignment form a powerful project management tool. And there you have it. If you enjoyed the tutorial, please remember to subscribe if you haven't already, and click on the notification bell to get notified when next I drop a video. Thanks for watching.